High-tech, highfalutin, lazy, or foo-foo America gets, we will never stop hunting and fishing. This is the Hunting Quest. We take 1 hour of every week and talk about our favorite things in the world, hunting and fishing. You'll get tips and help on the fishing environment locally in the DMV area. Plus, we're going to have fun along the way. This is the Hunting Quest. And now your host, Mike Tippin and Bennett Malin.
What are you doing?
I don't know, dude. Just goofing around.
Just goofing.
Just goofing, dude. New boot goofing.
What's going on, man?
Oh, just living the dream, brother. Living the dream.
Yeah.
Got off work early for this crazy storm that we had. That was fun.
You had a storm?
Dude, we had a lot of rain up here, brother.
When, today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
Oh, yeah, we had a lot of rain here.
They were shutting. I mean, like, county schools were closing.
Oh, Allie told me about that.
They, like, first thing off rip in the morning, they were like, we're going to authorize an early release as long as it's okay with your sections. And, we know a lot of people have to go pick up their kids from school since schools are closing early. And we were all joking like, oh, yeah, man, I got to get out of here so I can go pick up my kid. I ain't going to complain about leaving at noon.
There you go. Oh, man.
Yeah, we did a little bit of work and left at like 12:30. We got some stuff wrapped up and got out of there.
I saw like Panama City. They got hit with Panama City, Florida, not Panama City. They got hit with a couple of tornadoes down there.
Damn.
Guy who works for me had his roof got pretty jacked up down in Tampa. I had heard about all this stuff, and I kind of lived in my own little world yesterday, so doing my own thing. But yeah, man, I guess I just didn't realize how bad it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Obviously, I was not paying attention to any kind of news. So
yeah, it was a lot of water.
Yeah,
it was a lot of water.
Yeah, I saw the text message come up and flooding in my area, so I was like, that's not good. But
I bet the river is crazy high today.
I would imagine, and it'll be crazy high tomorrow.
Oh God, yeah. It'll be crazy through the week until it starts blowing wind out of the north again. That tide ain't gonna push out. That southeast wind in our area is pushing all that water up. It's gonna be a lot of water.
But you'll get some churn in there. Maybe you'll get these. Maybe get some ducks feeding a little bit. Maybe you get some fish feeding. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
You needed to get cold, right?
Dude, we just need something to change. I don't know what it is. I think it's weather. We just need some cold to push some birds down.
So we were talking about this before, and like right before this podcast, and I saw a video of it's a guy out. He was up in Saskatchewan,
mm-hmm.
and there's a field that he was recording. And I mean, it's legitimate. He's not trying to BS anybody, but there's this field, and it is filled. I mean, just filled with geese that should have been gone months ago. So blame, what is it, El Nino or La Nina or
whatever,
whatever
crazy brutal winter that we're gonna have this year, and all this snow and precipitation and cold that we're gonna have. And
I'm telling you, man, I should have been a weatherman. I really should have.
Hey, it's a 50-50 shot of everything.
Hell yeah!
It's either gonna rain or it ain't. It's gonna be cold or it ain't. It's gonna be sunny or it ain't. Wind's gonna blow or it ain't. That's a 50% chance of everything every day. That's the easiest job in the world, man.
I'm telling you. And so, all right, don't take this politically, whoever wants to listen to it. But here's the thing. I would think that a lot of these same people are the same people who are talking about and determine like climate change and all this other stuff too. If you can't get it right on a daily basis, what makes you think you're going to get it right over a bunch of years? I mean, collectively, you are wrong like 60, 70% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't get it.
I was watching the news last night, and
Oh God, why?
I wanted to see what the weather was doing, if they were showing flooding around the area and stuff, and
I got you. Okay.
I just
Watching disaster porn.
watched watched the weather, and I was like, all right, I'm over it. But they were showing, all the statistics for the warmest day ever recorded on this date, for January, whatever yesterday was, 9th.
Yeah.
And it was January 9th, like 1937
Really?
was the warmest day ever recorded.
Hmm.
And the coldest day was like the 90s or 80s or 90s, something like that. I was like, huh. So it was really, really warm. Then it started getting colder again.
Yep.
And then it starts getting warmer again.
Hmm.
Like, that's a weird coincidence. Oh. So I've seen some things about that, about how like the ice ages and all that stuff are cyclic, and I don't know, kind of.
Yeah, I don't know either. So.
Some of those crazy conspiracies about, it's global warming's not real, it's a cyclic thing, it happens all the time.
Go pay attention to 4chan now, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I got enough conspiracies in my life. I'm good.
Yeah, QAnon, there you go. You take it. You're one step closer, man. One step closer.
One of these days, I'll get into it, I guess.
Yeah. Oh God, don't do it.
But
Man.
yeah, I think there's supposed to be a big cold snap across like the Midwest into this weekend.
That's what I heard.
Like Mom and Dad were saying back in Missouri, it's supposed to be like a high of 8.
Oof.
Or something this weekend. I was like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
That's cold.
Yeah, I would agree. That's really cold.
When your high is 8.
Yeah.
Like, oof. Yeah, there's a good Arctic blast to push all of the birds south.
Yeah.
That'll get them moving.
My buddy James, he's in Montana. I was chatting up with him. I hadn't talked to him in years, and I was chatting up with him on Montana, and he goes, yeah, talking about, going out to Montana or whatever. He says, I wouldn't recommend. He goes, yeah, come out. We'll figure something out. Let us know when you're coming. We'll, schedule some time. We'll go see stuff and do this and do that. I was like, that'd be cool. He goes, but I don't recommend it coming in the next, probably week or so. And I'm like, really? Why? And he goes, we're not supposed to see above 0.
Yeah.
Like, it's like -6. And I'm like, oh
Yeah, that's insane. That's you want to talk about cold.
yeah.
That's
cold.
God, that's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, it's not even, I feel like below 15, it all feels the same. It's just a matter of how soon it is until you start getting frostbite.
I said the same thing. I thought the same thing before I'd ever really been to a place that was cold. And when I got stationed in Maine, Oslo was pissed off at the world. You hear that? Oof, he is angry. But I got stationed in Maine, and that was cold.
Yeah.
That was, 14, 15 degrees. You're looking at that and you're like, he is really pissed off.
I say, what did you do to him?
I don't know. But 14, 15 degrees below 0 consistently. And you're like, okay, cool. I get that. And then when it hits like -20 and you're kind of sitting there and you're like, all right, this is really not good.
Right.
This is not good at all. And you realize just how fast you could die and crap like that. Like,
right. Yes.
This is not okay. That's a different kind of cold.
Right.
That -20, -30, -40, that's just stupid cold at that point. So.
Yeah. I say, like, anything near 0 is.
Yeah. I agree.
Anything below that is still just fucking cold. It's just a matter of how dangerous it is. It's just, it doesn't feel any colder. It's just getting more dangerous.
Yeah. And you walk outside and you can breathe and your throat starts to freeze up. And you're like, this is probably not good. I need to cover up something, But yeah, that was so, Montana is apparently really cold right now. So hats off to the folks that are braving that, hardy group of people out in Montana.
I say, and I don't think it's supposed to get that cold here.
It's next week. Supposed to get cold. What Allie said.
Really?
Listen to us being weather people.
Let's look. Let's look. Let's see
It's
what
gonna be
they're.
like in the 20s next week.
What are they talking about here?
While you're looking that up, I got some sad news today.
Oh, it's the best news I've heard in a while.
You're a horrible person. You're an absolute horrible person. But after six national championships, and a multitude of a multitude of a career that people only wish they could have, Coach Saban has decided to throw in the towel. So man, I mean, you talk about, we were kind of talking about that too, but Jesus, man, I mean, 72, 73, I can't remember exactly how old he is. And he's, 7 national championships total, but we don't count the ones that came from LSU.
Right.
So, 6 national championships that he's won. But yeah, it sucks, man. He's got like an 8.77 earn win average. So
it's insane. I mean, you got to give it to him. He's a great coach and built a dynasty.
Yep. And I always wonder though, obviously, he's old, he's accomplished everything that he could possibly accomplish in college football and in football in general. But man, you just have to wonder, is it, did he get out at the right time? Could he stay a little bit longer? And then who the hell is going to replace that man? I wouldn't want it.
That is a nightmare choice.
Yeah. I wouldn't even want to think about it. But good Lord, could you imagine stepping into those shoes? I was hoping that it would be Dabo. I really was hoping it would be Dabo, but they just signed him to 10 years, $114 million contract last Thursday. So, that's going to cost a lot to get him out of that contract if they want him. That buyout will be steep.
Saban will do one more year.
No. Dabo's, I didn't realize that Dabo's the second highest paid college coach.
Really?
Yeah. Saban's the first, and Dabo's $500,000 behind him. So, and that was back in October. I don't know what he got now. I don't know. Obviously, he's he's going to be the highest paid until Harbaugh decides he's going to start yelling. So, I don't know.
Yeah, that boy will start making some money soon. Next year, I bet, be a fat year for Harbaugh.
Like he needs it. Oh, wait, he's got to pay off all those damn fines for cheating.
Right. Yeah, some lawsuit fines and lawyer fees and whatnot.
But yeah, so sucks that we're losing them, but be interesting to see, who's going to try to step into those shoes. Is it going to be Sarkisian? That's going to be a tough, that's a lot of stress on that man, but he's coached at USC. He's coached all over. He's coached at, I think he coached at Washington, didn't he?
Sounds right.
Yeah. And then came to Alabama on his redemption course, and now he's at Texas. But Mike Norvell, I'd like to see him. It'd be kind of a cool setup. The guy from Oregon, the coach from Oregon, that'd be a good one too.
Mm-hmm. They somehow pull off the dream and pull Kirby Smart over.
If there was anybody. I mean, Kirby will never leave Georgia.
He doesn't have to.
And I can't blame him for not going, but good Lord, if they pulled off that, number one, I can't imagine how expensive that would be. I really can't.
Oh, God, yeah.
But Kirby at Alabama, dude, I'd be happy.
I mean, Georgia's the better team anyway, so I don't know why he would leave the better team to go to the number 2 team, but I guess for more money, maybe.
Nobody likes shoot. Nobody.
Hey, let me be happy with my number 8 team, all right?
Hey, you did good.
We beat Ohio State, and that's all that matters.
You were the 8th place loser.
Hey, we beat Ohio State, and that's all that matters.
I give you credit for that, for sure. I was happy to see that.
What the hell even is a Buckeye?
I don't know.
Nobody even knows. Nobody knows.
I don't know. I got a guy who works with me, and he sends them out to his team, roasted Buckeyes.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh no, we lost Mike. Oh God. He's back. He's back.
Man.
He's back.
I don't know what happened.
You left.
I see.
What'd you leave for?
I didn't mean to.
You got somewhere to be? What's the old
Nowhere
dad
better.
joke? What's the dad joke? Why are you in a rush? You got a hot date?
Oh man. But yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I get it. You just want to
Blame
leave.
Streamlabs.
Yeah, okay.
So we talked about Coach Saban leaving. Sad day. But again, hey, the dude definitely earned it. Of all the things, I mean, good Lord, that man earned it. So moving on past that, what are you looking at for a your season's kind of coming to an end, right?
Yeah, we're getting there. We got 20 days left, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
So 2/3 of the way done, and Ducks still aren't here.
No,
It's great. We I take that back. We've got a ton of pintail right now, and we've been working at them and scratching them out where we can, and but to put the 2023-2024 season into perspective, we had a guy, the guy you met at the boat ramp that day we were there.
gotcha.
He was hunting last weekend at one of the other blinds in the creek.
Okay,
And we heard him shoot, and we got back to the house. We're talking to Travis, and he was like, yeah, that guy called me. We're like, oh, really? What'd he shoot at? He goes, he shot into a group of blue-winged teal.
this was last week.
Last weekend. Killed a blue-winged teal in Virginia the first weekend of January. Explain that migration pattern.
Yeah.
Welcome to the start of the migration. I mean, short of dove,
Yeah.
that's the first bird to start migrating.
Start migrating. Yeah.
And here it is. I think it was January. What was last weekend? I think it was the 5th. Was it the 5th or the 6th? I think it was it was the 5th. It was the morning of the 5th. Shot a blue-winged teal. January 5th in Virginia. That's brutal. I mean, talk about no migration this year.
That's tough.
But on the same hand, it sets up a really cool opportunity to shoot a stud blue-winged teal in Virginia. Because, they're all the way plumed out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they're still here. I mean, oh, God. Let me shoot a blue wing right now. It'd go in my freezer so fast.
Go talk to Wyatt, huh?
Oh, dude, you know that Drake right now would be such a stud.
I could imagine.
Oh, I mean, that's you wouldn't shoot teal like that on a normal year. You shooting stud Drake blue wings in Louisiana.
Yep.
Georgia, maybe Florida.
Yeah, I could see.
Not Virginia.
Yeah.
Not in January.
Yeah, I could see Georgia for sure. Yeah, not here.
Not here.
Definitely not here.
Ever. You never shoot stud blue wing teal here.
Well, that's what we were hunting first. Was it second split?
Yeah.
And we're seeing pintails in the marsh.
Mm-hmm.
Second split.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, this is going to be a weird year.
Yep. And guess what's still there?
Same pintails.
The pintails. Granted, there's 600 of them that come back to roost every night.
All right.
Which is super cool to watch.
Yep.
Also,
and they are studs right now too.
Oh, dude, we had a group.
Seen the one.
We had a group. What was it? Friday afternoon.
Right.
Yeah, we had a pair come in, and Doyle and I are both looking like hard left, trying not to stare up at the birds, and we're watching them, and I thought Doyle was still looking at him, so I'm kind of just watching Doyle to see where he's looking, and all of a sudden the client on my right side goes, "Why aren't we shooting these?" I was like, "Shooting what?" And he goes, "These," and like up at the sky, like real slow, just like and I was like, "What?" And I kind of turned my head. Two stud Drake pintails just over the blind. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck." I'm like, "Oh, there they are. They were out in front of us somewhere." And they, circled, cup, locked back in. And we called the shot at like 30 yards, and they all stood up and boom, 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 boom. Birds just keep on flying. We're like, all right, well, that's cool. And we'd been in the blind for 10 minutes, and we're like, oh, this is how we're starting our day? Sick.
It's going to be a day for sure.
And, man, like 10, 15 minutes later, we're working another group, and they did the same thing. They flew straight over top of us. And then, I mean, you've seen how the pintails work, where they turn and turn and turn and turn. Well, they would fly at us. They'd come over top of us way high, and then they were getting low behind us, and then they'd all of a sudden just, boom, right in front of us, swing the front of the blind. Well, we're watching this group that's, locked up, just straight down into us. And they get behind us, and I guess they're back there flipping around, and we couldn't see him, and Travis had just gotten there, and he's walking through the woods. He's got Jet with him. They're standing on the far end of the boardwalk in the woods, and I hear Travis, whistle, and I'm, looking at him, looking around, trying to find the birds again. I hear him whistle again, and I look back down, still don't see him, and finally I was like, what's Jet looking at?
There you
and
go.
I look out the window, and I see Jet, and she is locked on, just moving her head. And I look right to where she's looking, and here they are, just locked coming in. I'm like, oh God, they're right here on the right. Nobody move. All right, kill them. And we jump up, and it was two Drake pintails. The one is an absolute hammer, and the other one's, little 3-4 inch sprig. Of course, they smoke the short sprig.
Of course.
And then that long tail just keeps on boogieing.
Flowing.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? That's the one you guys shoot? Really?
Oh, man.
All right.
We're
like, Jesus Christ.
At least they got something. So.
Oh, it's brutal. But, yeah, man, it's typical pintails. They come and work and work and work and work and work and leave.
Yeah.
And it's every once in a while you get one group that just does it filthy and locks up from 400 yards out, and there's not a single thing you could do to mess it up. And other groups, you can throw everything in the book at them, and they're like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're just going to leave.
Yeah. We're gonna come by and let you know what you're missing.
Yep.
So.
We watched groups of, once we were getting closer to their roost time, they're starting to filter back into the creek, and there's probably 150 birds sitting on the water over in that false channel. And
cool look.
Oh, it was sweet watching them come in. And we were joking. We're like, oh my God, guys, you got to watch live pintails land with other live pintails. That doesn't happen. You guys are really lucky to get to see that. And they're laughing and whatnot. And
next year we'll have a blind right there.
Yeah, no kidding. We watched. So now there's about 150 birds sitting in that little pod. We watched a group of 20 rain in from the heavens on top of them, spin them 4 times, and then leave. And we're like, there's your normal pintail.
There's your normal pintail. The rest of these are just idiots.
It's like, 150 live birds sitting there splashing around, feeding in the water and calling at us. Nah, we're going to go sit 400 yards that way by ourselves in the middle of the creek.
Yeah, of course.
It's like, what?
Why not?
What is wrong with these birds?
I don't know. Man. It's
insane.
pintails though.
It's insane.
Well, and it's not just pintails. It's pintails in Northern Virginia. I mean, we talked about this last time. You know, it's number one. You come here, it's hard hunting. It's not easy to shoot ducks here. And you know, again, you've got you got Doyle, you got Travis. You know, you've got Ronald there. You know, all right, I'll call him Doug, but
that's old Doug funny.
By the way, I do feel bad for the guy. So.
Oh God, it's such a nightmare situation, dude.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I do feel bad for him. But,
such a nightmare.
But you've got the group of people who know how to call ducks. So it's not a matter of calling ducks. It's not a matter of having like the best spots on the river to hunt. It's not a matter of anything. It's just number one. I truly will go back to what we first talked about and say, that cold snap. There's still thousands of birds sitting in Saskatchewan right now.
Oh yeah,
that shouldn't be there.
All those big hardy mallards and gadwall and the widgeon will usually kick out a little bit earlier than the rest of it, but they tend to migrate just ahead of the mallards, which we haven't seen.
Still there.
We haven't seen the widgeon. We haven't seen the gadwall.
Yeah.
We've seen a few mallards.
Yeah.
Not
because the food's still there though.
Exactly.
They got nowhere to go. Why
those big ducks like that? They're not leaving until it either freezes solid or they run out of food.
Yep. And then
they ain't running out of food.
No. And if they run out of food, let's just say they do, they'll move 100. They'll move.
Right. They're going to hop
miles.
They're going to hop 300 yards to the next field. 200,
300, 300 feet, down
exactly.
the road, mile by mile until there's nothing left.
Yep.
And so where I was going with this is, y'all do a hell of a job. Ramrod does a hell of a job. You've got good spots. But damn it, man. You just cannot get the weather. You can't get the weather. You can't get the cold snaps. You can't get the push. You and I were talking about it at the beginning with Ronald there, when we were out, we said it was like, this is either going to be one hell of a year. And I really did. I thought that this was going to be a hell of a year if the fires in Canada didn't screw things up.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to say that I don't think that's the case. I think there's some dramatic, circumstances for those fires in Canada, but we just don't have any cold weather to push them out.
No.
So I don't know, man. It's tough, but y'all do a phenomenal job. So, I don't ever want to come off this podcast thinking that, it's just hard hunting here.
Oh, it's brutal.
You got the best of everything and it's still hard hunting.
Mm-hmm. It's brutal.
But I tell you what, if you get a bird here, you get a bird in Virginia, you get a bird, a good bird, pintails, a mallard, a canvas, wood ducks, whatever it is, right? Widgeons, you get a good bird here on the East Coast, especially in Northern Virginia, man, you have worked for that thing.
Oh yeah.
And the people around you have worked for that thing. So
we all joke. If you can guide here and you can kill ducks here, you can kill ducks anywhere you want.
Yes, sir.
If you're a good duck hunter on the East Coast and Northern Virginia and you can do it wherever.
Yeah, I would agree. I'd agree wholeheartedly.
It's just a different game up here. It is. It's different every day.
Yep.
I knew from the day I saw that Drake pintail, the opening day of the first split, I was like, uh-oh. You're not supposed to be here right now.
Yep.
This is going to be an awkward one.
Yep. Residential pintail.
Yeah.
When are they going to open that season?
Yeah, no kidding. Well, and that dude at the boat ramp told me. He's like, dude, there's a bunch of pintail in here. I'm like,
yeah, you called him a liar.
Like, dude, it's October 14th. There are no pintail here. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Here I am picking up a wood duck and hear wings and look up. Oh, I'll be damned. It's a Drake pintail 5 feet over my head. Huh.
This ought to be a fun year.
This is one of those lessons of why you always carry a gun with you when you're going out to pick up birds.
Yep. I don't know why. So, the whole algorithm thing on social media, I try not to do a whole lot on social media, but you get those days when it's like, all right, it's, whatever. You got something else going on, or you're trying to put your mind on something else for a little bit. And I'm watching it. The algorithm managed to get it right one day, and it's like a series of a bunch of a bunch of guides who have gone out to recover some type of bird. My favorite is this damn sandhill crane.
Oh God, dude.
This sandhill crane is pissed off.
Oh yeah.
Still very much there, is pissed off at the world. And the guide's like, they told me to bring extra shells. Did I listen? No. What's happened? I've chased this sandhill crane for about a mile. And now I'm sitting here with no more shells left in my gun, of course. And I'm trying to figure out if, every time he'd walk away, the sandhill crane would start coming at him. Like,
it's following him.
And I'm like, all right. And it was one after another of these different guides who were the noobs, right? And they just got totally set up.
Dude, those cranes are brutal too.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, those things will tear you up.
Yeah. I ain't messing with those things alive.
Hell no.
Ain't happening.
Mm-mm.
Ain't happening.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm keeping the one shell for when I get about 5 feet from him. We're gonna turkey shoot his ass. I ain't playing that game. But and one thing I've noticed this year too, and Dole and I were talking about this the other night, the sheer number of birds this year that people are killing, I feel like is significantly lower than it normally is. You look on social media and it seems like there are very few groups, normally you see these big groups that are killing, here's the 150 birds we shot this day, and here's the 140 birds we shot the next day, and blah. There's none of that.
Yeah.
There's a few guys that are, they're lucky and they're following the migration, and they get the call of like, hey, dude, there's 700 widgeons sitting in this little flooded potato field. You want to come murder them? Yeah. They group up 16 guys and go beat the shit out of them.
Well,
but outside of that, there aren't, social media, YouTube videos, there aren't that many this year.
Yeah.
But
and I mean, what do you do though?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's everywhere. Yeah. Everyone in the country is struggling and fighting for it this year.
Yeah.
But I feel like there have been a lot of hybrids shot this year.
Yeah. And
that's the one thing I have seen way more of on social. I mean, I feel like it's every weekend. There's, here's a mallard pintail hybrid. Here's obviously the black duck mallard hybrids. Most black ducks you shoot nowadays are going to be black duck mallard hybrids. But
depending on where you're at, I'll agree with that.
It's very rare to shoot a true black duck.
Go to Maine.
Okay, other than like the 3 areas, Maine, Ohio, and whatever the other one is.
Washington State.
So somewhere out west that has like true, very small, localized black duck populations. Anywhere else in the country, they're going to be hybrids.
Yeah, I agree.
9 times out of 10. But I feel like there are significantly less ducks being killed, but way more hybrids being killed this year.
Yeah, they're not smart ducks.
And I don't know what that. I mean, have you seen some of the like geese hybrids?
I have. Those are
that I didn't even know were possible.
Yeah, I didn't either. They're pretty slick, man.
Dude, some of them are really cool. I saw dude, I saw a goose today that somebody had posted, and it was completely white. It was a Canada goose. Its body is completely bleached white with like the normal looking Canada goose head, like black neck with the little white dot and everything. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Is it like a snow Canada?
I don't know.
That'd be cool though. Well,
I mean, it'd be
I would be worried over that part of it simply because, I mean, you look at snow geese in general, they have conservation days for that. Talk about an invasive species.
The old black-headed snow goose.
There you go. How do you explain
species.
that? How do you explain that to the game warden? Yeah, I went over.
Yeah, I don't know. If you shot that goose and it was like Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know. Because, I mean, obviously it's not a swan because it's
Nope.
way smaller than a swan.
Sure.
So any
I think
right-minded person would be like, oh, it's a snow goose.
right. With a
With a Canada goose head.
with the Canada goose head.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Some
I would
freak
assume
genetic thing.
Yeah, I would assume that there's probably some game warden out there who's probably had that happen. And if they're smart and they're educated, they're probably saying, hey, look, it's a hybrid. We know it's a hybrid.
Yeah.
You shot what you shot, but
yeah, I wonder how what's the legalities of that? Like if you shot a black duck mallard hybrid, like say in Virginia when our black duck season's closed, right? Yeah. You shoot a black duck, but it's a black duck mallard hybrid.
Yeah.
You can legally shoot mallards.
Right. But you can't shoot that black duck.
But you can't legally shoot a black duck.
I think.
So who's to say it's not a mallard black duck hybrid?
I would. I
mean, you can get really technical and stupid with this. I feel like.
Yeah. But I feel like that there would be enough sense on the game warden's part that they'd cut you a break on that one. I
don't know. I mean, most of the black duck mallard hybrids are black ducks with white stripes on their speculum. So I don't know you're getting away with that.
We'll see.
But I feel like you could argue it if you did it.
Oh, I would agree. And I mean that calls into question a lot of the legalities of
right.
Where are we going with the duck season? Where are we going with hybrids? And
right.
How does that truly play out? And do the seasons become intermeshed, intermingled based, and Virginia does it weird anyway, trying to decide splits and when you can shoot, because it's never really the same every year. It's close.
Yeah, it's within a couple days usually.
Yeah, but limits are different every, can be way different in some years. By the way, what are you drinking?
Diesel fuel.
Why don't you tell me what it is so you can make me feel jealous again?
I'm drinking Weller Full Proof.
And what is that proofed at? 115?
Something like that.
Yeah. It's 115 or 118. I can't remember, but it's up there.
It's got good flavor. And it's smooth as hell.
I bet.
Oh, it's good.
I bet.
It is dangerous. But
right,
yeah,
so we took a detour there. But
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know how that would work out. We found a Facebook group the other day. I forget what it's called, but it's a bunch of biologists that you can send in pictures of your hybrids. And they've got a board that'll decide what it actually is, and not just a bunch of dumbasses on a Facebook group that are like, oh dude, no, that's a pintail gadwall hybrid. No, dude, it's a mallard wood duck hybrid. These guys actually know what they're talking about, and they're like, no, this is what it is.
They're legit.
Yeah, they legitimately know what it is. And dude, some of the hybrids you see on that page are insane.
Really?
Like wood duck hood or merganser hybrids.
All right, so you got to put that in.
Dude, they're sick.
Put it in the link today so that I can, whenever you go to post this.
Yeah. We'll share
it. Share that.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Dude, it is wild. Some of the stuff in there is insane. They're so cool looking.
I'd love to talk to them. I bet you they got some wicked stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And I imagine they're busy as hell right now during the middle of duck season. But
I'm sure. Yeah.
So, well, and I will tell you, this is the last thing. I was headed up to Maryland Monday.
Yep.
And
somebody got a new tattoo.
I did. I got a new tattoo. 10 years in the making, but I got it. So,
how'd it feel?
It's cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I won't tell anybody that it doesn't hurt, because that's just bullshit, 100%. But it doesn't hurt all the time. It's certain spots hurt more than others, and and I got more to go. But and it also depends. Like I got one of the best. I truly believe one of the best tattoo artists ever. And I say ever or not. I mean, you say whatever you want, but definitely one of the best tattoo artists in the area for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And with an exception, at the end when everything's he's cleaned everything up and he's going back over some spots that he wanted to fill in, he wanted to do this, and your leg is so freaking sore.
Oh God, yeah, it's all tore up.
and he's like, you can see him. He's like, just hang in there, man. But yeah, the Damascus tattoo. So I was up in Damascus, Maryland, and went to Damascus Tattoos, and I saw Robbie, and that dude's insane. He does only black and white, which is my favorite media, and he just kills it. But I could go on and on, but it was easy. Great guy, great group, really good at what they do, and great conversationalist. I mean, 10 hours of getting drilled on, and it didn't. I mean, aside from like kind of being in different places and moving in different directions and having a whole different poses to get my leg worked on, it was not bad. But I strongly recommend them. But anyway, on my way up there, I'm looking, and I won't tell you what road I went on, but you and I are going to have to go. And I'm looking at this one particular area that I've driven by like 4 times in probably the last month. And there's got to be 1,000 geese in these fields. Easily. It's midday. It's like, well, it's like 10:30 in the morning. And there's easily 1,000, maybe 2,000 geese sitting out in this field.
Good old feed pond or feed field.
And a month before, and what's funny is like on the right side of the road is you're kind of looking up a hill, and there's 1,000 geese sitting over there. On the left side of the road, you're looking down this hill, and there's a pond at the bottom, and you're looking at this pond, and it is stacked with nothing but ducks. And you're sitting there, and you're like, I should go knock on their door.
I should ask.
And I've been there 4 times. The first time I was like, oh, this is a fluke. Second time I go by, and it's the same thing. And I'm like, I should go knock on the door. The third time I'm like, I'm in a hurry. And the fourth time I'm like, I can't stop. I got to go to get this tattoo. I'll do it on the way back home. It was like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I'm not knocking on their door now. It's cool though. I was, it's good to see the migration. It's good to see that there are geese, but the fact that you're seeing that many geese and they're not moving, they haven't moved in a month.
Right.
It's the same geese. I have no doubt.
Oh yeah.
Same ducks down in that pond.
Yep.
But that's neither here nor there. It's frustrating no matter what you do. So.
Yep. That's all right. Eventually we'll get some cold and we'll start shooting some divers, and
this year the veteran hunt's going to look pretty good, I think.
Oh, dude, the veteran hunt's going to be nasty.
Yeah.
It's going to be our first bush of birds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was already talking to Travis about that. I was like, yeah, I've got a group going on that day.
Yeah.
Like we're going to find some people. I'm definitely hunting that day, and whoever wants to go, join the party.
Yeah, that'll be a high dollar hunt for sure.
Oh, it's going to be fun. That one might get stupid depending on, the weather and what the birds are actually doing that time. I mean, I wouldn't be against starting off in the back of the creek and trying to shoot some mallards and pintails and stuff like that, and then go put the boat in the water and go sit at the front of the creek, shoot a couple cans, maybe a bluebill or a bufflehead or something. I mean,
yeah, that's provided we can find a key, right? Did you get that sorted?
No, I think because we have another one of those motors, and I'm pretty sure they're the same key.
I would assume so.
So I think we're fine. But
anyway,
yeah, I've got the other hitch lock key on my truck keys, so that's not an issue. We don't have to cut that off with a angle grinder or anything stupid, so we should be fine.
Did you hear that dog back there?
He's angry.
Is angry tonight.
He is not happy tonight. Oh, good news though.
Yeah. Good news.
Usually when you break a boat, it's never good news. So I told you Friday we broke the throttle cable, right?
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
So we decided we were already in the water, and I had already parked the truck, so we're like, screw it. We'll just, use your thumb, just flip the little butterfly valve open and freaking let her eat to the back of the creek.
No.
And, we did. Fun fact, we were getting nowhere near full throttle with the cable and the lever.
I kind of figured that.
Dude, Doyle had that sucker wound up. and we were boogieing. Dude, it was sick. I mean, like on plane, rooster, like 6 foot rooster tail coming off the back of the boat. We were hauling ass up the creek, and we're like, huh.
Yeah, they call that the governor for a reason.
We're like, we were getting nowhere near full throttle, dude. Let's let her eat.
Yeah, that motor will last another 2 days.
No, it wasn't the go. It was just actually getting to where getting to where the carbs and everything were actually opened up and running. And we're like, huh. So that's what this thing's supposed to do.
All this time.
That's pretty cool. Wish we had that 3 months ago.
You think?
But we do have 2 new throttle cables. So
not just one, but 2.
We'll be set.
That's cool.
Yeah, it came in a 2-pack.
You got to figure out how to make it. Was the throttle? You think the throttle cable was stretched and not giving you what you needed, or
I don't know.
Just the way it's built.
I don't know. Who knows? So when we got to the boat ramp, we started it, and Doyle was moving the lever, warming the motor up and stuff, and it was working fine. We're like, all right, cool. Back the boat into the water. We go to leave, and it seized up. We're like, huh? And he kind of pulled on it for a second and moved it on the top end and tried moving the handle again, tried moving the top end, and then moved the handle, and it just snapped. And we're like, uh-oh.
So it bound up somewhere.
We're like, we don't have a throttle cable now.
Y'all have the old one? Y'all still have the broken one?
Yeah, the old one's still on the boat. We got to swap it out tomorrow.
See if you can peel that one back and see where it broke.
What we were thinking is it came, like the internal wire came unwound and caught on the braiding, and probably it wasn't cold enough to freeze.
Yeah.
So unless something fell down into it, which is very unlikely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only other thing we could think of, right? Is that somewhere that cable came unbound, and I don't know.
Well,
I ain't a boat mechanic.
Do the dissection of the cable and find out where it broke, and then
we'll just slap a new one in it, take the governor off, and we're just gonna let her eat.
Everything's going.
She's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine.
But yeah, old tap, always something for us.
Always.
Never happy.
Nah, but if it's a boat, man, what do you expect?
We'll get her figured out one day.
So I got there's a bunch of people that I ran across, and they listen to our podcast from every now and then, or some of them listen a lot, whatever it is. And so they asked me and said, "What are we doing this year?" And I told them, I said, we don't really ever kind of plan this thing out very much. Just because it doesn't. I mean,
we probably should.
Probably, but
it's kind of a lot more fun to just wing it. Whatever happens.
Yeah. Now it takes a lot to get guests, to schedule time, and it takes a lot to get. Speaking of guests, our girl Nina got her. Did you see that freaking cow elk that she got?
I did not.
Holy Jesus, man! I think it was cow elk. I can't remember. That thing's a monster. She had a year for sure. So impressive to see. But everybody keeps saying, "Oh, what are you doing?" And we had a lot of people ask, "Are we going out to Great American Outdoors? To the Great American Outdoor Show? Are we doing NWTF? What are we doing?" And I think that's kind of the cool thing that you and I just do, is we just have a good time with this. It's not scheduled, it's not scripted. It is what it is. We drink and we have a good time, right?
Right.
But I think we're gonna get. We've got a lot of people who want to come on, so. I kind of left it off because you and I really hadn't had a good chance to sit here and kind of bullshit for a couple of episodes. But we've got a lot of people, their seasons are coming to an end.
Yep.
And they want to come back on. They want to talk about their seasons and what they did, into her wilderness, and, Kirsty, and we've got, a slew of different folks to talk about, to talk to. We got to get the thing done with that ram that they shot, and multiple stuff. But if there's I guess what I wanted to do is kind of take an opportunity and see how many people want, what do y'all want to see. But you and I have talked about doing maybe some gun reviews and doing some fishing rods and reel reviews and things like that. And I think that'll be kind of this year our new thing that we'll add to the to the mix. And we'll have some really cool. We've got some really cool guests lined up. I don't want to give it away too much, but we do have some good guests that we just haven't got them on the calendar yet. But
right.
NWTF's coming up, and that's, everybody's busy with that, and Great American Outdoor Show's coming up, and everybody's busy with that. So stay tuned. We'll definitely do some more fishing rod and reel reviews, or do some fishing rod and reel reviews this year. I really want to do some more, some more stuff with the bow fishing.
Oh yeah.
And one of these days we'll get Farron out, from and get him on here. But that guy I don't think he ever leaves Warrington. I really don't. I don't think he's scared to leave Warrington. So, but kind of wanted to put that out there. If you want to see something, you want us to do something, you want us to review something, and you want us to kind of take a look at something or talk to somebody, let us know. Send us an email, info@thehuntingquest.com. And, we got a ton of stuff that we want to do. We got a ton of stuff that we'd love to hear from you to do. But are we doing Great American Outdoors? I haven't put in yet.
Well, I don't know I was going to talk to you about that. Because I think it's going on during that veteran hunt.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. So I think it may be more of a good, go up there and network with people kind of thing. Yeah, I don't know if we need to mess with trying to do anything from the show or having a booth or stuff like that.
I don't want to have a booth. I don't want to have a booth.
Yeah. So we can go up there and hang out with the guys from Ramrod and do some networking, maybe try to get some stuff scheduled.
You think old Uncle Trav would let us do a podcast from his from Ramrod Outfitters booth up there?
Dude, I'll just tell Travis we're doing a podcast.
No, you won't. No. Uncle Trav has to offer it, because Lord knows I'm not ever going to do a VRBO up there again.
God, no, dude.
We will, I'll gladly pay. I'll pay Mom and let us.
I say that's the one you got to ask.
Yeah.
And Travis can say whatever he wants. If Mom ain't cool with it,
Mom ain't cool with it.
So. And that's a no-go.
Yeah, but so I think I was thinking about going up there, and I don't know. The NWTF is always fun. You haven't done NWTF yet.
I have not. Nope.
Yeah, that place is cool. So cool. So more to come. We're kind of undecided on what we're doing this year, but no matter what, hopefully you listen. Hopefully you'll pay attention. Hopefully we'll teach you something. Hopefully you'll like us, and we'll have a good time.
Yeah, it'd be a great time.
I did have somebody come up to me and says, "I like your podcast." I was like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah, y'all drink and talk all kinds of crazy shit." And
oh yeah, dude, that's the best part.
Whole point. That's the whole point. I'm good with that. But no, so we got more to come. We're gonna kind of lock down. Me and you got to lock down what we're gonna do this year. But I think it's gonna be a fun year.
Oh yeah,
I'm kind of excited for it and get some more content out there.
So, yeah, for sure.
And we got to kind of go back to what we started, why this started, and it happened again. People have asked me. I got it this week. How do you hunt?
Mm-hmm.
People ask that. That's why this started. How do you hunt? How do you explain that? So we'll try to stay more true to that course a little bit. How do you hunt? And,
wait, so people want to know about the quest of hunting and not just bullshitting about the weather for a half hour?
I'm telling you, man, you never even got to the weather. That's the worst part.
Yeah, it's because it's nothing important. It's highs in the high 30s, lows at 28. It's nothing.
Allie said it's going to be cold next week. Really cold.
She lied.
Ooh. I have to get Oslo to beat her ass.
We just can't have nice things, man.
Have nice things.
Just can't have nice things.
Well, we are adding to the arsenal too, which I'll let you have to see what a couple of things, but it's gonna be fun. So
oh yeah, it'd be a good time. Whole bunch of trouble for us to get into this year.
I would agree. I got a budget now, though. So.
Oh, yeah, budgets are meant to be broken.
Yep. So so it may seem. I don't think I'm going to have as much latitude this year. So
oh, man.
We'll see.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it'd be all right. It'd be all right.
So we've sat here in BS for a little while, but seriously, if y'all want us to go talk to somebody, y'all want us to talk about something, let us know. Shoot us an email, social media, whatever you want, and we'll gladly try our best to get it done. So,
We'll figure it out.
yep. And if we don't, we'll pretend. We'll fake it till we don't make it.
Tracy said people don't watch Elmer Fudd anymore, so they're coming to us to figure out how to hunt.
I like that.
Honestly, I think you'd be better off watching Elmer Fudd.
I agree. Oh man, well, that's the one we got to get on here. You got to meet Tracy. He's a
I'm
good
down.
dude, man. That's a tough dude, man. That is a tough dude. So, all right, man. Well, I think we're kind of close to wrapping it up. What do you think?
It's about that time.
Isn't it?
You're not quite on your clock like you used to be, but you're pretty close.
Yeah.
You're within 4 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
You're not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
That's what happens when you take some time off.
Yeah.
Get rusty.
You don't have that. When we were starting this, you were within like 20 seconds. I was like, there's no way you don't have a timer. And you're like, I don't. I just talk.
I knew it. And when my mouth gets sore, it's probably time to stop.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But I don't know. It's a good new year. We got a lot going on. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And Mardi Gras is coming up, so we got to talk. Hopefully we'll be talking to Wes and Baxter and all of those folks over there. And their season's wrapped up. See how they did hunting. And of course, for those of you who don't know, those were the folks that were kind enough to invite us down to go alligator fishing in September, and or alligator hunting. What do you call it? Hunting?
Oh, it's kind of both.
Kind of both. Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But I know Wes is wrapped up with Mardi Gras right now, so that's a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Him and his family are big into that. But it'll be a good time. Talk to them, try to get them on, and see how they're doing. So.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm done talking. What do you think?
I got nothing.
All right.
I'm just here for the vibes,
That's cool.
Just here playing with the soundboard and whatnot.
I like that. And then we'll have to get some gun reviews here shortly. See how pissed off we can make YouTube and Facebook. And
yeah.
We'll try it.
Yeah, I guess I'll clean up the old duck gun and we'll give her hell.
Yeah. Well, I got a favorite rod and reel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know you got a favorite shotgun too, don't you?
I do. And it ain't a Versamax anymore, assholes. And then turkey season's going to be right around the corner.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. We got a lot to figure out for that.
Yeah, we do. And hopefully our gal Nina's going to help us out with a little bit on that. But
we'll figure some stuff out.
That's going to be fun.
A little groundwork to do, but that'd be a good time. So
that one's going to be. I'd like to talk to Mr. James Hancock about that as well.
Yep, I got a few people on the list to talk to for that.
So more to come on the turkey season. We're a little early for that, but I promise you all, it's going to be epic this year.
We just got to get through duck season first. Oh God,
we do.
Oh God,
we do. And then Bennett's got to be unsalty for about 6 weeks of duck hunting. Then when's duck season start?
Yep, I say give me till like April, and I'll be like, can we go duck hunt yet?
Yeah, you'll be sitting there trying to call the turkey, and he'll turn around and you're like, damn it, when's turkey season?
Oh, dude, the amount of times last season I'd be turkey hunting and see like mergansers or teal or wood duck sitting on all the ponds, and I'm like, man,
yep.
I wish I was duck hunting right now. It'd be way cooler.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a good year. I think it'll be a good time. Get Ethan Hale on here and talk to him about some of his duck, his season this year, and get Van on here and finish closing out his season this year with the bear hunting and lion hunting and all the guide seasons. So more to come. I think it's gonna be good.
Hell yeah.
All right, man.
Well, right on, guys. I don't have anything else. You got anything else, Mike?
All I can say is bye, everybody.
Sweet. Well, yeah, guys, like Mikey said, if you got any ideas for stuff that you want to see, write into us, either comments or shoot us an email to info@thehuntingquest.com. And we'll figure out how to do it. We'll find somebody that knows about it, or maybe Mikey and I know a thing or two about it, and we'll figure it out for you. But yeah, we'll find somebody.
We'll find somebody.
Right on. Well, Mikey, I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Been a good time. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. See y'all.
You've been listening to The Hunting Quest. No matter how crazy, high-tech, or lazy the rest of the country gets, we will always be hunting and fishing. If that's you, you've found your new family. Thanks for listening to the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. Reach out to us by email at info@thehuntingquest.com. And check us out on Instagram and YouTube at The Hunting Quest. See you next time.